Hi folks, here we are at the 2025 Spring Canfield meet. This is a Dave and Ed swap meet here at the fairgrounds in Canfield, Ohio. And it's a big swap meet here, so we're going to walk around and show you what there is. Well, we're going to start in this booth here because we're set up with our buddy here, and some of this is ours and some is his. But here's a Diamond T truck cab right here. Price on that's $850. Has the hood with it. Got all kinds of miscellaneous here. There's an international grill. $100 on the Farmall grill, tractor grill and hood. Here's a good solid 55 to 9 cab. Most of these come from out west. Out in Ohio, you don't generally find this kind of stuff. Got a 35 Ford coupe body, 5-window coupe. This one's got no floor really, but it'd make a good hot rod of some sort. $2,500 on that one. $45 on the international grill. Got all kinds of different doors and stuff. These are 42 to 47 truck doors. There's a pair of those for $300. There's a single one there. Got a Model A pickup box there for $450. There's a Ford truck door, 57 to 60. Just to give you an idea of some of the prices, you know, these are 51 Mercury front fenders, $400 for a pair. $200 for the F100 hood there. So we come down with our buddy here. He's from Ohio, and we bring a few things, and he's got much of this stuff here. 3940 Chevy pickup front fenders there, $300 a pair, aren't too bad. All kinds of doors here. These are 55 to 9s, $300 a pair. There's some really nice 52 to 54 Chevy doors there for $500. Quite a few different tailgates here, Chevy and Ford. 2 1/4 on the advanced design. There's a GMC one back there. Look at here's a 5-window Chevy cab here. This one's got a little rust in the bottom edges, but it is a 5-window. And these are a couple 3 windows. These are in the $1,000 price range mostly. But good solid Western cabs. You can see, you know, a little bit of rust in that corner, but these are usually all rotted out up in here. On one from out east, this is all gone. So they're pretty good cabs. Here's a 40 to 46. Here's a 37.8. Mostly something close to $1,000 on the cabs there, depending what they are. That's a Ford 140 Ford. These are kind of hard to come by. There's a pair of 55 to 9 panel truck doors, rear doors, or it could be on a carry-all as well. Got advanced design front fenders. Those are $200, $250 a piece, depending what they are. Most of them are good solid Western stuff. Another 3-window cab here, $1,000 on that. Got $5,000 on the 3100 Chevy here. That one's got a title. $100 on the bumper pans. So if you're in the Ohio area, this guy's a good guy to get in touch with. We can get you in touch with him if you message us. Some long bed running boards. Those are 2 1/4 a piece. $350 for a GMC pickup hood. Now that one's a pickup, not a bigger truck. But anyway, we can get you in touch with them if you're interested in something. Here's a really nice one here. It's 1934 Dodge. We'll get to the other side. Suicide door cab. These are one of the better looking Dodge cabs to do as a hot rod, with the suicide doors and the low roof line. Great body lines to that. And that one came out of that one, believe it or not, is from Ohio, but it was in a barn for decades and it stayed really good. So that one's $3,000 on that. And anyway, we'll keep walking here, show you what there is. This guy's got all kinds of C3 Corvette parts here. Nose cones and rear bumpers, T-tops, headlights. Got $200 a pair on the headlights there. And he's got stuff over here too. A lot of the people are just getting set up. It's been kind of a delayed opening because, I'll show you the sky here. It's been really stormy. Rained real hard last night, some heavy wind. So it's getting slow going here. But unfortunately, I'm under a schedule. I gotta get out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So I gotta get going here and get this video done. We'll jump in the back here. Got some Chevy truck bumpers there, bright orange, 55 to 9s. Don't see any prices on them. Here's a Chevy hardtop. Valve covers, got fender skirts back here, all kinds of miscellaneous. Looks like a Chevy gauge cluster back here. 75 bucks for the set. Jump around the other side. I don't know if there's a price on the car or not. We'll find out for you. Yep, there's something up here. 11 grand. There's all your information there, phone number and stuff if you're interested. Good little project for somebody. And looks like a Mopar grill surround. Some Ford tractor fenders already sold there. 50 bucks on the grill surround. Looks like new old stock. Right, we got a little Chevy Malibu here. 16.5, and this one is really nice. One owner, survivor. There's your information there. You can see the phone number on there, but this thing is really nice. Nice original interior. Just a good survivor right there. And we got a little Dart GT here, 1968. Price is $6,500. There's your phone number and stuff on it. Project car. Kind of cool there, an old drive-in movie theater speaker. Clamped it on your window. Bunch of little Ford new old stock stuff there. Nice looking grill. All kinds of different hubcaps here. Mopar, Chevy, Ford, you name it. A few carburetors, got an intake there. Look at the Power Wagon emblems. Kind of pitted, but not too easy to find anymore. Looks like a slant 6 intake manifold there. Intake exhaust setup. Nice looking bucket seats there with a console. 51 Mercury skirts there for $250 for a pair. This guy has some Mercury stuff laying around. There's a grill out here. Some parking lights. Hood emblems. All Mercury stuff. Oh, here's some more grills here. Looks like maybe Pontiac stuff. Got some other Pontiac, 57 Pontiac front fenders and hood there. It's quite the motorhome he's got there, Prevost. Anyway, this area here is all empty this time. You can see it out in there because of the rain. Last year this was all full in here, but there's still a lot of vendors out in the front area. We're this way at the back corner here, so we'll keep walking here.
Anybody else want to do it? All right. Appreciate it.
Get a big block intake there for 45 bucks. $125 for the 55 Chevy steering wheel. You can see the mud here. You'll see that a lot as we're walking. 75 bucks on the old tree work sign. Some nice looking Pontiac caps there. Look like new old stock. Little motorbike here. This one's already sold. Look at the old 69 Missouri inspection on there. Moto Perilla. 75 on the Coke cooler. It's 100 bucks for, I guess, for two advanced design doors. Those are cheap. Chevy doors. Here's a Model A gas tank there. Let's see the price on that one. tailgates, various tailgates there. So you guys get all kinds of miscellaneous. Got a Ford headlight lens there for 15 bucks. All kinds of different cans here, advertising cans. Chevy dash piece there, but they cut a hole in the center of it. 61 Ford truck dash trim there. Look at all the different emblems here. Got quite a few license plates around this place. 44 Ohio there. There's a pair of 1960 Ohio for 20 bucks. All kinds of different emblems. You can see the prices on them, 10, 20 bucks, depending on what they are. These guys get some 37 Ford car hood side panels there. Look at the new old stock, old Firestone brake shoes there. Bumper off an early Pontiac. This guy's got quite a few different little Model A trinkets here, pieces and parts. You can see some intake, exhaust manifolds in there. Got a pair of fenders here. Well, a typical swap meet, you have all kinds of weird stuff. That guy's tent, we had a bad storm last night and that whole tent got tied up in a knot over there. Looks like he straightened it out. But there's all kinds of tools and miscellaneous stuff as well as the old car parts. But we're kind of on the search for old car parts, so we'll keep looking here. Oh, here's something you don't see every day at a swap meet anymore. It's a 1932 Ford pickup truck.
Bird's eye maple.
Pretty good project he's got. Got the bed there, got running boards, doors, all. Trailer's got a bunch of the smaller parts and pieces in there. The price on it is 10 grand. What a good looking little project there.
Oh, gotta hang a door.
And a good looking pickup there. Looks like the guy's driver. Bump side Ford. Got all kinds of different license plates. Got a North Dakota highway sign there. This guy's got all kinds of plates here on this little trailer. You can see they're all categorized to what states they are and stuff. Ohio pairs. I don't know if there's any prices on them or not, but all different years and states. A lot of Ohio ones.
See a price on them.
And we got a few rougher ones in the box there for $1 a piece. Some Volkswagen parts back there, fenders. Look at the big wasp nest there. It's a big one. Got a little pedal car there that somebody's painted up like a hot rod. Don't see any prices on that stuff. This guy's got mostly Chevy stuff here, looks like. 65 on the dash trim, 140 on the skirts. These are cool taillights there. I don't know if those are Oldsmobile or what they are. Maybe somebody in the video can tell us. Nice clean Pontiac hood ornament there for 300. Got some tri-carb manifolds there. For manifold, the other one's a dual carb. Here's a 35.6 Ford Firewall. Some cruiser skirts. This guy's got all kinds of miscellaneous. I think it was 300 on the canoe, I heard him say. A little race car grill with some more grills over there. 32 Firewall leaning against the table there. You got a lot of older Ford pieces and parts. Some transmissions with adapters there.
Short arm. I've seen that guy walking around with both.
400 for the Edelbrock tri-carb setup.
Let me walk around.
250 on the 37 grill there. Look at the Scout fender, new old stock behind it for 300. It's a first series Scout. Here's a 38.9 Ford car fender, new old stock for 500. Got some Cadillac caps there. Even got a toboggan. You guys get a little of everything. Yeah, this guy's got a lot of Tri-5 Chevy stuff. Two-door sedan door, 175. 700 on the back one. 675 on that one. Hardtop door, convertible. There's a little dragster here. That's pretty cool. Let's see a price on that. He's got a lot of different hoods and fenders. Tri-5 stuff here. $250 on the 57 hood. Here's a nice 56 fender, $500 for a rust-free one. And we got a 4-door sedan here, 56. Don't see the price on that one, just a for sale sign. This guy's got some Corvette stuff. Look at the Corvette exhaust pipes there. Got a Corvette top. Well, there's a couple of small buildings here, so we'll check out in here real quick. Look at the rat fink chairs here and stuff. $95, all painted up. Those are pretty cool. Cans are $60 a piece. They're all hand painted. Different little lunch boxes, $60 a piece. It's kind of old school hot rod stuff. All kinds of steering wheels there. Chevy ones, Ford ones. And I'll jump over to this side here. This guy's got a lot of toys here, old toys. Just a sea of old toys. Even got Steve Urkel right there. These are kind of cool, $35 a piece on the amphibious ATVs. $4,500 buys everything in the booth. Inventory reduction sale. Buy the whole shebang. Look here, we got the Rock and Dolly Parton. That's quite a combo.
That's probably my $1 million wrench.
See what he's got over here. Some headlight lenses.
What do you get on the mirror?
Nice little license top there. Porcelain one.
Brand new.
DeSoto badge there.
Caprice or road mount?
Yeah, it's big car. Yeah, it's alright.
Quite a mix of stuff in the building. Yeah, those guys are having fun unloading that ATV with flat tires there. $3,000 on the zero turn, $750 on the little Honda scooter there.
Thank you.
Got some funky bucket seats there. I don't know what those are out of. $200 on a pair of Nova fenders back there.
Yep.
All GM stuff on this table. Mopar stuff on here. Little 46 Plymouth emblem off the front of the grill or hood. There's an advanced design emblem there for $25. That's cheap enough. It's missing a couple of the back brackets. Most of it's stainless steel, but the brackets that hold it on are steel, so they usually rot off or break off. This guy's got some cool stuff. Some old Chevy truck fenders here. Some Chevy, some Ford. There's some Ford truck grills there. 48 to 50, 51 or 2. Some bigger truck running boards. A couple tailgates. That's a 53 up tailgate there. He wants 150 on that one. And there's some F1 rear fenders, hood latch panels. There's a pair of F1 doors there, Ford. And these are Chevy doors here. So he's got a mix of stuff if you need them. 64 Chevelle front fender. This is kind of a cool little boat here. Aluminum boat. Must be a ride out of a park or something. Probably 8 feet long or so. Kind of a cool vintage boat. 150 on the Lubster there, the one with the recessed panel. You can see the mud we're dealing with here. Trying to not walk all in that, ruin my new shoes I just got here. 200 on all the Buick brake drums there, the finned ones. Bunch of different intakes here. I think some of these swap meets I go to, they have thousands of intakes. 69 Mustang transmission there for $1,500. This intake here on the end is $150. This guy's got all kinds of motorcycle parts. $175 on the red tanks there. Kinds of Sportster tanks. There's an early Radiator 30s one. Maybe Chevy, I'm not sure. Could be a Ford one, I guess. Another big collection of intakes there. And we got a little Chevy Chevelle here. This one's a 1966. Looks like a real good original. 8,500 is the price. There's your phone number and stuff down there. Needs carpets and a headliner, it says. But that's a pretty nice car for not a lot of money. Good original. Four doors aren't for everybody, but there are people buying them now. Especially if you got a family or something, you want to haul them around, have a little fun at the cruise night, stuff like that. Well, this guy had a Edison cylinder plate there earlier. He sold it. He had 250 on it, so it probably went pretty quick. Nice little Mopar can there. Fluid drive. Fluid. Oh, it's still full too. That's new old stock. A little minty can. Model 8 horn there. He wants 1 1/4. Got some cool displays here. Carburetor parts in those racks. And a little fruit press of some sort there. Well, here's another victim of the storm last night. Another tent that got tied up in knots. There was a few of them getting tossed around. And we got a Mustang down in here. Good looking little Mustang here. Let's see if there's any information on it. This one's a 6-cylinder.
I had a couple of those.
And I don't see the price on that or anything, but good looking little Mustang. Got a 39 Chevy truck door there for $100. And we get some wheels over here. $60 Ford truck, it says. Yeah, those have the wide pattern on them. 5 on 5.5. You guys get all kinds of miscellaneous here. Look at all the spotlights here. Collection of spotlights. This one looks like could be a guide one. No, must be a Montgomery Ward or an aftermarket one, I'm guessing. I don't know. Looks just like a guide one. 35 or 6 dash here. Ford. Nice little Ford tri-carb intake there. Thunderbird valve cover. Got some cool stuff in here. Anyway, at the end of the video, we'll show you what we got. So stay tuned to the end, and we'll show you everything we got at the end. Yeah, the guy wanted 200 for the 36 dash. Ford dash. There's some 46 era Chevy garnish moldings. There's a cowl vent door. He wants 75 on that. Pair of headlight bezels over there. And some advanced design door garnishes. You guys got all kinds of miscellaneous here. Look at the nice buffing wheel here. If you want to buff your stainless and restore it. Some different electric toy trains. I like the New Haven there. $295 on that one. Nice Santa Fe's here for $675. Nice condition. Looks like this guy's been selling stuff. They did have a bunch of license toppers. They're all gone now. $59 on the lights there. I might have to check with them on those. There's a girl's bike seat, Pearson's. These are kind of cool little Buddy L hot rods here. $50 on the panel wagon one. I did end up getting the lights from the guy. Toolboxes, some GM T-tops here for $250. Beetle doors, 100 1/4. Firebird Trans Am trunk fin there for $200 each. Remanufactured starters, alternators right there. $30 a piece on those. And got a little rat rod over here. Looks like a 38 or 9 Ford here. Let's see what it is. The price is $11,500. But it does have a little music going there, so I won't be able to get too close to that one. Guys got some cool stuff. Here's a set of 4 of these wheels here. $400. 6-lug Chevy wheels. It's a good deal with the tires and everything on them.
You know, and then
Got a Falcon project there for $6,000. It's a gasser project.
40 Chevy.
Jump over the side here. Guys talking on the phone. Pretty cool looking Falcon there. Somebody finished that up. I don't see the phone number on it.
Nope, I don't have any of that.
Coke sign there for 100 1/4. That's cheap enough.
You can be the first.
All kinds of miscellaneous in this booth. There's some attack dogs up there. I keep hearing them barking at each other. $45 on the Camaro nose cone piece there. $100 on the console. This guy's got all kinds of stuff here. Look at all the wheels and tires, bumpers, you name it. A couple bar grills here, 55 Chevy. $60 on that set of hubcaps there. Got 200 on the grill guard right under there. 200 on the scoop.
Here's a small size.
Skirts there, $50 for the gray ones. 150 for the 63 Fords there. $75 on the Chevy truck grill. Nice bumper here, 442 holes for $350, all re-chromed. This guy's got some different wheels and tires. Looks like some maybe 18-inch 32 Ford wheels, I'm guessing. 5 lug. 67.9 Barracuda piece there for $125 on the bottom.
You the guy that does the website?
Yes. AR wheels there. Those are hard to find. Looks like a Corvette frame there. A little sign pole. That's kind of a, well, maybe it's, I don't know if it's a sign pole or, I guess it's a sign pole. I didn't know if it's a light pole, but it's got a long curved end on it there. Looks like you can hang a sign from it. Kind of a cool piece. This guy's kind of cool here. Coin operated deal. Kids can ride on it. 32 grills there. Some different headlights and stuff back in there. Jump over to this side. I was over this guy earlier, but I asked him a price on a gear shifter and he had it for 40. I offered 30 and he tore my head off. So then I walk up the aisle and I ask another guy about some good Chevy parts. And he was more than willing to negotiate to get it done. I've kind of learned that at these swap meets. You know, I've learned too many times that if you pass up a fair offer, like something that isn't too horribly, I mean, I can see if they're offering you half or a quarter or something, but if it's something close, if you don't take it, a lot of times by the end of the swap meet, you're wishing you did. That's my experience anyway. $350 on the little dirt bike there. $795 on that pedal car. Nice original paint on that one. So needless to say, the guy with the Chevy stuff, I loaded up my cart and made us both happy. He goes home with some money. I go home with some parts. $975 on the original Mopar air cleaner. Got some nice bucket seats there as well. $5.25 on those. Oh, here's some more miscellaneous. Get some 57 Corvette stuff there. $400 for the pair of heads. $150 on that Amco sign. That seems like a good deal. Got some different miscellaneous stuff in here. Camaro gas tank there for $40. Kinds of different die cast and models along in here. Some of them are older, some of them are fairly modern. And looks like a square body Chevy pickup somebody's driving there, but that one's not for sale. Here's some 70s, 60s and 70s. I guess the 60s one is $1.25. There's another couple GMC grills there. $85 on that Ford grill back there, kind of a rat rod grill. Set of 4 wheels here, $300. Keystones. Got a couple signs back here. Check them out. Ray Bestis. The Denso is $150. It's a Wagner back there. And we got a cool ice cream sign there for $3.50. Well, welcome to the Ohio Rust Belt here. Look at that. About the bottom foot of it's gone. Chevy van still running good, but the body's rot out here in the Rust Belt. So lockable. Got the fuel injection there's already sold as a bubble balancer there. It's kind of cool. Oh boy, these guys are trying to get in the middle of the swap meet going here. We always get in early if we want to come in with a big vehicle. It's pretty difficult to get through these crowds once they start going. We got some 40 Plymouth bumpers there, $50 for a pair. All kinds of license plates here. $5 a piece on the plates. All different Ohios. 60, some of them are even new all stock like this. Those are pretty nice there. $5 a piece for those, right in the paper wrapper. This guy's got some interesting stuff here. 20s toolbox for the running board, $15. That's cheap enough. Look at he's got some Kaiser Fraser stuff new in the box. Is that piece? This is a Dodge Challenger gas cap there for $40. And he's got more Kaiser and Fraser parts. Got a Newell stock headlight bucket, some gaskets, a bunch of door latches and window regulators in there. So if you're into Kaiser Fraser stuff, that's the place to come. And this guy's got his phone number out on track. $300 for the visor. $300 on that Ford tailgate. Got some different headlight buckets and stuff here. $40 on this pair. Late 30s. I'm not sure if those are Mopar or GM, what they are. All kinds of different Newell stock pieces, little trim parts, accessories, you name it. Look at all the little reflector or jewel lights. There's some reflectors, $75 on that Newell stock. $35 a piece on the stop lenses with an arrow. $35 on the mud flaps. Got cases full of stuff here. These are pretty cool here. You see these around, they put them on Model A dash lights. Motorcycle guys like them too. And we got some Buick and maybe some Oldsmobile. I'm not sure what these here are. Those look like Buick. Parking lights. Cadillac steering wheel there for $500. This little stoplight deal here for $175. We've got all kinds of cool stuff. Look at all the shifter knobs here. $50 on the blue one. There's some valuable taillight lenses here too, the Mopar ones. These are real sought after. You can see them up there. I don't see the prices on those. Here's some 38 Hudson taillight lenses. Here's what he's calling a fat man wheel. I guess I don't know if it flips out of the way. It doesn't look like it does. That's what a fat man wheel does. But anyway, it's a wooden, it looks like a locking wooden steering wheel there for $350. And he's got a trailer full of stuff here as well. Nice grill there. Looks like a Chrysler one probably. $3 1/4 on the Pontiac. How you doing?
Good.
All kinds of different lights and stuff. Look at the Studebaker. 22 Studebaker lights here, $4 1/4. And let's see what these are. These look like Chevy pickup. $3 1/4, 37/9 Chevy pickup. Usually I buy those, but out west we get them that aren't pitted. Those are a little bit pitted on the base. Well, we're out here on the racetrack. We made it from the infield, which is all over in there. Here's the racetrack. It's a fairground, so there's your bleachers and everything, and you can see the circle track here. We're on it. There's people set up all around the edges of it. So we'll just kind of walk around here, see what we can see. 64 Impala rear seat there for $250. $1 1/4 on the aluminum radiator. Well, this guy's got some 40 Ford stuff here. $100 on the trunk lid sedan. $175 on the two-door door. There's the outer part of a deluxe grill. I don't see the price on that. $200 on the hood, deluxe hood, 40 Ford. Wow, this thing's cool. Dodge Ram 4500 with a sleeper cab on it. Kind of like a toy hauler deal. Let's see what I see a phone number here. 330-352-1565, I guess it is. I don't see the price, so pretty cool setup though. Be fun for riding down the road. Cummins diesel in it. It's all muddy out here too. See the water? Get a step over it there. Polaris there. No prices on those. Some VW parts. Got some wheels there. Looks like some aftermarket things if you're making a dune buggy. There's the rear hood and the fenders up there.
25 bucks.
Starting out Corvette stuff here. Different Corvette stuff. And he's got a bunch of coins here. See, there's all kinds of silver dollars, silver eagles, all that kind of stuff. Got all kinds of tools and stuff here. Just thought this, look at this monster drill press here. You can remove the drill or you can use it in the press. And here's a cool old school jack here. Pretty cool. Look at that weird looking Volkswagen drive by. Custom body on it. I just thought those old tools were kind of cool. That jack is interesting. Several sets of wheels here. Suzuki 350. 175 on those. Some Ford truck doors here. 175 for the pair. A neat little Bronco toy there. I think it's Structo or Buddy All, one of those. 45 bucks on it.
Oh, for 73 to 9?
Yeah.
Some early headlights here. This one here is a Buick. Picked up by the shape of it. I'm not sure what the other ones are. Some sort of 20s car.
I'd take 6.
Looks like some shoebox Ford parts here. This is a convertible or hardtop door. There's a quarter panel for a 2-door. There's a grill. Here's the other matching quarter and door. Another one up in there too. Some flathead heads. Vintage sign there. And some tractor fenders. Nice set of new all stock trim rings for the wheels. And a cool Uniroyal sign. Got a few plastic signs back there. Drag racing parts. 175 on the distributor. $20 on the Nova latch. $250 on the 69 Camaro door. $125 on the Mustang thing there. Scoop. Looks like a Buick dash for $500. $550 on the Model T cowl. Got some Dodge truck hood sides there for $10 a pair. It's cheap enough. As you can see, you got to kind of walk back and forth here to catch both sides. It looks like maybe some Falcon stuff in here. Hoods and doors, fenders. And he's got some other truck parts and stuff. Another couple trailers full of stuff here. See what's on this one. Here's some good stuff here. Mopar stuff. Here's a Dodge grill piece there. $500 on that center bar. That's really hard to come by. It's enough money, but it's hard to come by. $200 on the airflow hood ornament. It's another piece that's hard to find if you need it. Another big Chrysler hood ornament there for $350 on this one. This one has a little crack starting there. Some stuff that's not easy to find though. Here's a fold-up bike here, $75. Oh, we got a little square body dump truck here. It's a diesel for $6,000. No phone number on it. There's some shoebox Ford stuff here. That guy wasn't willing to negotiate on that Mopar stuff. I did get the airflow hood ornament and another piece, but he had $500 on that grill center bar for the Dodge. 318 poly triple carb intake there. It's kind of cool. Anyway, he said he'd take $300 on it, so I was kind of mulling that over. It's quite a drop in price. Some 36 Ford hood there for $225.
So much more comfortable than that old Chevy.
$50 on the pair of lights back there. But as you can see, this track here takes a while to walk around. It's a big circle, and there's people on either side of it. So it kind of makes it either you got to walk around it twice to get either side, or you got to kind of scoot back and forth and try to catch them both. Some rougher Ford grills there, 40 bucks on one of them. Got some 35/6 wishbones. Those are popular for hot rodding. 2 1/4 for the pair. That's cheap enough. They do have a little bending to them, but it's a good price if you can straighten them out. 50 bucks on the 40 Ford hood ornament latch deal there. 250 on the column drop. So let's get some interesting old Ford stuff here. Looks like maybe an F100 steering column. Let's see what he's got on that. The 32 column is $675. And the other one here is, let's see, got a handful of junk here. It's $350. That's not too bad for the F100 column. And you get a 51 dash. All kinds of different mechanical engine parts here. Valve covers, intakes, shifter linkages, clutch pedals, you name it. Got some rear axles here. $800 for the set of wheels there. GTO. $500 for the hood over there with the orange stripe. I think that's Mopar. Looks like a Roadrunner probably. There's some Roadrunner doors there too for $250 a pair back there. Corvette glove box for $300. This guy's got all kinds of different flea markety stuff. He's from upstate New York. Look at the nice armrest there. Looks like a new old stock GM one.
What are you YouTubing? YouTube live?
Yes, not live, but YouTube.
What's your channel on there, bro?
Guy riding a bike through here. There's an old Model T cowl here, $275 on that. Chevy fenders there, $150 a piece. Looks like a Model A fuel tank back there for $250. Camaro buckets there, $1,100 for the pair, best offer. Looks like $450 on the Model A pickup box back in there. Let's get a few older things mixed in with some muscle car or later stuff. Well, this guy's got some cool stuff across here. There's some music playing over there, so I can't get too close, but got $150 on the Dayton, $175 on the Bridgestone. Got a couple gas boys, one's $200, one's $550 back there. Looks like this guy's got some '59 Dodge car parts back in here, something you don't see too often.
I knew Dad would
Got the hubcaps there, fenders.
And I know I'm gonna lowball this.
59 Dodge parts. Inquire inside. There's the trunk lid. There's a radio up there. Got all kinds of trim back in here, bumper pieces. All 59 Dodge stuff there. And then he's got other miscellaneous stuff here as well. Just wanted to show you some of the paint work he does here. He does some cool stuff on these. There's some mannequins here painted up. It's all kind of rat fink and hot rod related. Look at the 2 drag cars on there. These are fiberglass running boards, $250 a piece on those. Got Jungle Jim. It's kind of cool. And this one here is American Graffiti. Get the 55 Chevy and the 32 Ford. Look at the trunk here too. So he does some good work painting these up. Here's the Last Supper here with all the hot rod characters. $200 the best offer. Does a good job on those. Good garage art. Someone here on saw blades. Look at the Plymouth Coupe there, Detroit Dragway, $120. Pretty artistic guy here. I saw this one driving around, 71 VW Bug. That one sold. It was $1,900. Now it's sold. $150 on a set of 4 wheels there, aluminum. You just never know what you see at a place like this. You just keep your eye out, look for what you're interested in, and eventually you'll spot it, because there's about one of everything here. Yeah, looks like we got some 57 Buick fenders there. Don't see those every day laying around. Some different skirts here and window trim. Looks like you might have, I think those are GM fenders back there. I don't know if they're Pontiac or what. Same with the garnishes. Looks like some shoebox Ford doors there probably. There's an oxygen tank. We get these occasionally out in South Dakota. They're military surplus. World War II era probably, or 40s anyway. They'd use them in an airplane, and then now people use them as fuel tanks, or in that case, air bomb. Yeah, this guy's got some 36 Chevy parts, it says on the sign here. Chevelle inner fender for 10 bucks. Oh, here's the 36 Chevy stuff. Gauges. Some Mustang stuff. Well, I ended up buying those 36 Chevy parts, bunch of gauges. 25 on that hood. 25 bucks on the bumper core there. It's an early dash, or maybe international truck on that, I'm not positive. Somebody recognizing the video, they can tell us. Mopar grill insert there, looks like a Plymouth one. Buick grill shell there. Some Ford truck hood side. 18 bucks it says on that fender. Firewall out of a Ford here as well. There's a pair of new reproduction 3031 Brookville doors there. 1,000 bucks for the pair for a Roadster Model A. Not sure what they sell for new, but don't seem too horrible. 485 on the 32 Firewall. 6.5 on the high rise there. 67 Camaro parts here. 350 on the flip up headlights there. 40 bucks in the Chevy heater. Not too bad there.
You see his
Needs a blower motor in it, but it's pretty good. Well, this guy's got a giant collection of stuff here. He's a M20, 1,000 bucks rebuilt it says. With a Pontiac grill back there. Model A garnish for 40 bucks. Square body fenders, good solid ones there. A lot of pickup parts here, bumpers and fenders. Core support, looks like a Dodge, it says 89 Dodge on there. Good crash part if you need it. It's the first thing that gets bent, it seems like, is that core support, other than the fenders. And this guy's got a slew of tailgates back here, mostly modern stuff. There's a couple of square bodies. Bunch of tailgates though. Some Chevy doors, a little rust in the bottom. Some dent side Ford fenders. Look at the Chevy panel truck here. That's pretty cool. It's up on a big four-wheel drive chassis sitting up in the air. And that one is $15,000. And I'll show you the number here. There's your phone number. It's got a Fulton visor on it. Cool looking Chevy there. Early headlights, but they're kind of scabby looking. A couple Model T ones there. These guys have got a lot of stuff in boxes here. All kinds of miscellaneous. Some Ford truck parts here. 25 bucks for the whole box. Quarter panels here, 150 for a 67 Camaro.
No shit.
Yeah. And me and my buddy went over.
MG parts, 1,000 bucks.
This much stuff.
Sure.
Sure.
All kinds of different stuff in there. Yeah, we'll just keep walking along here, see what we can find. Solid rubber tires, those are kind of cool. I don't know. I don't really have a use for them, but they'd make a nice dolly wheel or something. 40 bucks for the pair. 200 on the chopper bike there. Early Corvette stuff, Nomad stuff. Some Tri-5 Chevy 57 fenders there, 2 1/4 for the whole set, I guess, with the hood and the 3 fenders. It looks like this is all Tri-5 Chevy stuff as well. Get a lot of it. Garnish moldings, trim, doors, grills, inner fenders, trunk lids, about anything you can take off them, he's got it. I'm just not into the Tri-5 Chevy stuff much. I like the trucks of that age, but the cars I don't get into too much. Nice little bike there that guy got. Not that I haven't had them. I mean, I had a nice 55 two-door post. Well, a couple of them actually. I had a 56 hardtop. It's just mostly what we're doing is parting stuff out, and in my experience, they reproduce all the Tri-5 Chevy stuff, so it makes it hard to sell used parts. Pontiac grills there, $350 for that one. Valence panels, grills, bumpers. Guy goes, desert truck beds for sale there. Must get rust-free truck beds. He didn't bring any with him though. Core support, 92 to 7 Ford. Well, here's that funny little Volkswagen we saw on the way in. Get somebody's signature there on the fender. $7 grand. There's your phone number. It's been shortened up. Looks like it's got some glass parts on it. There's some more signatures. I'm not sure who the signatures are, but it's got Miami Dolphins paint job if you're from Florida. Maybe those are football players. I don't know. Yeah, they must be because there's numbers with them. Number 53. So if you're into the Miami Dolphins, there you go. This guy's got some cool helmets there, 150, 200, depending on the one. They got the metallic 70s looking paint job on them, or finish. Nice clean Schwinn Hornet back there, girl's bike. Don't see the price on it, but that's a nice clean, all original Schwinn Hornet, 50s girl's bike. There's a Whizzer gas tank there. '56 Chevy bumper tips. A lot of different Chevy stuff, 50s and 60s. Chevelle fenders, Newell stock.
I think they made 3 models of station wagons.
59 Pontiac air cleaner there for $50. Transmissions, bell housing.
Everything they made.
Gas caps, $5 a piece. There's a 66 Barracuda back there. No price or phone number on it. We'll keep walking here. Got some stuff I'm picking up here, so I'm waiting for my buddy to come pick me up. $5 grand on the bike. Oh, they're down to $4 grand. There's the phone number and stuff. Yeah, we got kind of a cool artillery with their wheel there. 16-inch, looks like a Ford bolt pattern. Not sure on that one. Haven't seen one quite like that. Some 33 or 4 lights, cowl lights, horns. And from there, we're going to jump back to the infield. Well, folks, we're going to have to talk over a portion of this because there's a bunch of music up in here. 18 grand for the GMC pickup. LS motor, short box, good looking little pickup there. Got some cruiser skirts on the ground. Dashboards, taillights, Pontiac grill there. Got a flathead intake right there on the end of the table. People are just enjoying the day here, catching a little sun finally, starting to dry out a little bit. All kinds of miscellaneous mechanical parts there. This guy's a tailgate king here. Got all kinds of tailgates, mostly 90s and newer. 20 bucks on the hubcaps. Look at the little Dodge emblem there. 48 to 53 goes on the grill. A couple newer pickup grills there. We're going to scoot along here. You can see everybody enjoying the sun finally. This booth here has kind of a mix of older stuff and some reproduction signs. Nice little pyro can there, antifreeze. Got a few dirt bikes here, 700 on the Monster Kawasaki, 2700 on the Honda XL70 back there. This is a cool little one here too, 1974. This one's 1500 Looks like they're all running and driving. Got some different miscellaneous stuff over here. Tools and traffic lights. Look at the Lincoln electric generator there, welder. Just gonna keep walking along here. Got a few more cars up here. Got some running boards, air conditioning units, all kinds of stuff there on the tarp. Good looking little Pontiac hardtop there with the visor on it. Got a Vortec engine, modern powertrain, don't see a price on that one. Kind of a patina car with a modern powertrain, and we got a little Willys fiberglass body back there. There's a Carolina truck, 1988 for $6,800. There's your phone number. Square body, Suburban. Looks like a good solid one. Got the typical hanging down headliner there. A lot of those cars and trucks of that age, the headliner comes unglued and sags down. And we got all kinds of bumpers and grills here. Mostly pickup truck stuff. There's a bunch more tailgates. Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Looks like you get $100 on a couple of them. Depending on what they are, 100 to 200 bucks, most of them. 45 bucks on that grill right there. All kinds of center caps, steering columns. There's some more hubcaps there, set of 4. Looks like new old stock for 60 bucks. And we got some old bicycles. Quite a few different bikes here. 300 on that one. It's a Firestone. Here's a Roadmaster. Got some cool bikes. Some of them are original paint, some of them are restored. That one's a Firestone Pilot. 300 bucks. I like the divider bar there on the handlebars. Another one here with a Springer on it. Got a banana seat Schwinn there. There's another Schwinn there, Cruiser. The red one's kind of cool too there with the headlight. And we got a 1986 reproduction Columbia here, RX-5. Got a few cool old bikes there. Here's another C10 Chevy. $7,000 on this one. There's your phone number. It's 1969. Long box. And we got a Dodge Magnum here, looks like. Here's your price, $17,950, 1979. There's all your phone number and stuff. Looks like a really nice, clean one. And we got these guys got one of the better spots in the place. They got a tent all set up for them all the time. They just set up underneath the awning. This one is a Surrey. I saw one of these at a museum. I believe these are 1950s reproduction of a curved dash holes. Got all kinds of hand tools and stuff here. Kind of a miscellaneous booth of some flea market, some automotive. Here's a nice looking Chevy pickup there. I don't see a price on that one, but we will show you the convertible here. Nice Chevy convertible. All ready to go. Jump over here and you'll see the price and information, $35K. Probably the same guy with the pickup. Low mileage on that convertible. Jump over here, we got a 40 Ford Coupe, $17,000 crossed off, sold. The Hillbilly Hoarder, kind of a neat looking old hot rod. And we got a 57 Chevy hardtop here. No rot, solid car. Don't see a price on that one. Got some more Chevy parts out there in the front. And this guy has kind of a miscellaneous pile of parts here. Mostly Ford stuff. And from here we're going to catch up with you and show you what we got at home. Well, as promised, we're going to show you what we got. We got this pile. We got that pile over there by the pickup. And there's a few things in the back of the pickup as well. Anyway, we'll look at some of these. Got some nice trip lights here. There's a pair of these, this style. Other than this is an extra one here that has a little damage. We got some, what I think are Mopar headlights. I'm not positive on that. They might be like a 37 Plymouth or something. They got seal beams in them. Got this pair of headlights as well. They got the stands on the bottom. Those are also got seal beam conversions. This is a Ford, like a 40 Ford wire cover goes on the firewall. Got a Willys Jeep gauge cluster. Got these nice accessory BLC backup lights. There's a pair of those. Got a 26/7 Model T windshield frame here. Right there. Got some nice clean 3031 two-door or pickup truck doors for Model A. Got this Packard grill shell right here. Got a set of 4 of these wheels because I got a guy picking up a Chevy car and it needs tires on it, and those are 6-lug tires all ready to roll. Got this headlight, got a pair of, I think there's actually 3 of these. The other 2 are back in there. You can see them under there. Spread light for a tractor. Got some more of the 3940. See if I can dig it out of here. Those are the headlight bezels and lens there. See the teardrop shape. There's a pair of these. These are for a Divco, I think, or a milk truck. They stick right out the front. Got some nice directional lights here. This one here is new old stock, double-ended. Not sure what company that is. Dietz, I guess, on that one. And there's a single and an extra lens. Got a couple AFB carburetors there. And I think underneath there is a reproduction Coca-Cola button that I got real cheap, so I just figured I'd hang it on the wall. Got, I think that's a 58 Ford pickup grill. It's a chrome one. It's upside down there. This is for a 38 Chevy car, the Town and Country horns. We got some, this here is kind of nice. This is a airflow port ornament. He's got it marked 35, could be. I'm not sure the exact year, but it's right around there. And these are, I think, 41 olds. They're new old stock. There's a pair of those. And we got some new old stock Chevy truck door handles. And kind of a nice armrest too. That's new old stock. You don't see those around too much. I think that's advanced design. Got a pair of Ford gauges like this. That's well, I guess they're not a pair. There's that one, but then the speedometer is a little different color there. Then we got some 36 Chevy gauges. There's a cluster and the speedometer on this board. Those are standard, and these are deluxe over here. This is a 3-piece set of those. Speedometer and the other 2 gauge clusters. Got a Dodge truck windshield frame. I bought that because it was real cheap. It's got rust in the bottom, but it's got a good top. I think these are maybe 56 Ford truck. Glove box and a... Look how clean that was. The guy sandblasted the whole truck. It's too bad because look how... I mean, that's like mint original, and then he blasted the friggin' paint off it. Anyway. There's some 38 Chevy headlights here for a car. Nice pair of those. And we got some, these are 37, well, they're 40 actually, because they get the seal beam, but they'll fit 37 to 40 Chevy pickup truck. There's a pair of those, nice shape. This is a GM guide spotlight. It's an S16 on that one. I think the skirts are GM. There's a single one. These are like old takeoffs that got scuffed up and they removed the trim. There's one back there, 2 more here from the 40s. There's a couple Chevy V-braces there. There's a couple Chevy hood latches right here. 40s, and then there's some Ford truck hood hinges. They were marked Ford car, I think. Yeah, 42 to 48 Ford, but those are, I think, 53 to 5 truck hood hinges. Got a nice pair of mud flaps there, accessory. Now, some of this stuff we got at Carlisle, but I did get a few of these things here. I got this steering column. Let's see if I can move that. There's a steering column for an F100. I got a pair of these headlights. I'm not sure if those are Oldsmobile maybe. There's a pair of these fog lights right here. And I got some new old stock. There's that grill pan that goes on a Chevy truck. Then there's a 40 Chevy under car grill pan and some other new old stock trim pieces up in there. So some of that stuff from Carlisle. We did a Carlisle video as well, so you can catch that. But this is the Canfield one, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you like these kinds of videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, give us good comments. All those things are appreciated. And we'll catch you in the next round. Thanks for watching.